Zach, I have a favor to ask you. Could you please add $500 to this month's living expenses?
What? Why would I do that?
Well, it turns out your mother has been shopping online without us knowing, and she's been doing it with cash on delivery.
Seriously? I can't believe it. My mom is so irresponsible sometimes.
You can't just brush it off like that, but at this point, there's nothing we can do about what she's already bought. Can you at least cover it with some of your part-time earnings for now?
I'm asking for the $500 because I don't have my part-time income anymore.
Last week, your mother was charged for some jewelry she bought using my part-time pay. At this rate, if she keeps shopping like this, we're going to run out of money. Can't you talk to her properly about this?
You know, you're really annoying when it comes to your mother. Are you trying to get me in trouble just because we're married?
This is about more than just being married. It's about how her spending is putting a strain on us. Besides, you've been racking up credit card bills lately, too. If we keep going like this, we won't be able to live comfortably at all.
Isn't it your job to figure out how to manage this? Are you doing anything to save money?
I am trying, but even with everything I've done, we're barely scraping by each month.
Fine. I'll give you the $500, okay? But can't we enjoy a little luxury now and then just for once?
Is this because your uncle from your mother's side passed away?
Yeah, it seems that I'll be receiving some inheritance soon. I heard it's supposed to be around $20,000. That's a significant amount.
Your mom is the only relative left, so she's going to receive all of it. It's lucky for you, isn't it? Even if the amount isn't huge, at least you can afford a few luxuries for a while. But we shouldn't count on it until it actually arrives, right? Besides, $20,000 is a lot of money, but it's not infinite. You should really think about how to plan and save it wisely.
Stop nagging me. It's not even your money, so don't worry about it.
That may be true, but
maybe if you weren't so annoying, your mother wouldn't dislike you so much. People generally don't like being told what to do with their money.
then both of you should stop being reckless. If she keeps spending without a care, we really will struggle to make ends meet. You're also picky about the meals I cook, and food costs a lot of money, you know.
But I told you the inheritance is coming in, so everything will be fine.
But it hasn't come in yet.
Look, just focus on budgeting well and make sure you manage with the living expenses I give you. Once the inheritance arrives, your mother won't have to dip into her part-time pay anymore.
I don't think that solves the problem at its root. Both of you really need to reconsider how you spend money.
I know that. You're so annoying. I'm the one providing for us, so stop complaining all the time. And be nicer to my mom. You guys were arguing the other day. Can't you two just get along already?
That was your mother's fault.
Stop blaming my mom for everything. Since we live together, you should respect her more. You have professional experience, so you should understand that, right? If you act disrespectful to someone older than you, of course they're not gonna like you.
Your mother never liked me from the start.
You don't need to make excuses. You've wasted my lunch break with all this. Don't use my time for these pointless conversations.
Honestly, every time I think about it, it frustrates me. I try my best to keep everything running smoothly, but I feel like I'm fighting an uphill battle. It's exhausting dealing with financial stress, especially when your mother keeps buying things we don't need.
I know it's difficult, but you also have to understand my mom's perspective. She grew up in a different time, when things were different. She may not realize how her actions are impacting us now.
That's not an excuse for her behavior. Just because she grew up in a different time doesn't mean she can't adapt to the reality of today. We're living in a world where budgeting and financial responsibility are crucial. She should understand that by now.
Maybe she just feels a little lost or insecure. After all, she has her own life and worries, and she's just trying to find a bit of happiness in her purchases.
I understand that, but it's not sustainable. If she keeps spending like this, we'll drown in debt. It's not just about her happiness, it's about our future together. What if we want to start a family? We can't even think about that if we're struggling to pay the bills every month.
I get it, I really do. I just think we need to approach this with more compassion. Instead of constantly criticizing her, maybe we should try to help her understand the situation. Perhaps we could even sit down together and talk about budgeting and how to manage money wisely.
That's a good idea in theory, but do you honestly believe she would listen? She can be pretty stubborn when it comes to her spending habits. I fear that it might just turn into another argument.
Well, if we don't try, we'll never know. You keep saying that you want us to live harmoniously, but avoiding the issue will only lead to resentment. You can't just bury your head in the sand and hope it goes away.
Okay, you're right, but I just don't want to be the bad guy here. I don't want your mother to feel like we're ganging up on her. It's already hard for her after losing her brother, and I want to be sensitive to that.
I understand your concern, but we have to prioritize our own well-being, too. If we keep nagging me, you know that? You're living off the money I've earned, so what gives? You're just a part-timer, so don't keep pushing me. If you have complaints, go make more money.
The reason I quit my full-time job was that you asked me to. You wanted me to take care of the house more, and you said you didn't want to burden your mother.
I wouldn't have minded if you'd kept your full-time job. Your mother is the one who said she didn't want to do housework and told me to have you be a housewife.
Why are you bringing that up now?
Huh? Because it's the truth.
You know I said I wanted to keep working, right? If you had thought that way, you should have let me keep my job.
I only passed on what my mother said. Seriously, you're really getting on my nerves. I was just trying to enjoy a drink, and now I have to hear about your complaints regarding money.
It's because you and your mother are living recklessly. If you don't want to be told off, then get your act together.
I'm not going to support you anymore.
Huh?
That's your punishment for talking back to us. If you have so many complaints, then just get out of the house. Live on your own.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I don't want to come back to a house with someone as annoying as you. Well, I'm gonna be on a business trip for a month starting next week anyway, so it doesn't matter. It annoys me that I'm paying the rent for this place while you're living here, so go sleep outside until you can reflect on your behavior.
I see. I understand.
Oh, really? You're okay with that? If you apologize, maybe I'll think about not kicking you out.
No thanks. I'll leave.
What a cheeky person you are. No wonder your mother dislikes you. By the way, I'm going to turn off the power to my personal phone. There's no point in trying to contact me. Do whatever you want. I'll also do as I please. Amy, I'll be done with my business trip next week. You're still living away from home, right?
Of course I haven't gone back.
Are you serious? You've been living on the streets for a month? If you'd just beg for forgiveness, I'd let you back in. So are you willing to apologize?
I have no intention of apologizing, and it's your mother who's living on the streets. I've already moved into a new place.
What? A new place?
Well, you told me to leave, so I canceled the lease and moved out.
Cancel the lease? What kind of selfish thing are you doing? Where am I supposed to go when I come back?
I don't know. Why don't you go camp out with your mother? I was the one who originally signed the lease for that house. You just left everything to me because you thought it was too much hassle to deal with the moving procedures. Back then, I was a full-time employee, and I took out a loan for it, you know. Did you forget that?
Hey, what about my mother? Is she really living on the streets?
Yeah, it seems she blew through all the inheritance money on some overseas trip. I had to ignore her calls after you actually turned off your private phone. She kept trying to reach me because you weren't available. I don't even know where she is now since I stopped picking up her calls halfway through.
Are you kidding me? What have you done to my mother?
This is all because you told me to leave. Don't blame me for it. By the way, all of your stuff is in a storage unit, so make sure you go and get it.
You're the lowest! How could you turn your family into homeless people?
The lowest is actually you all. You squander your money however you want, even taking away my part-time wages. And then, in the end, you couldn't even give me the living expenses? I can't see you as family after all that.
Fine, I'm filing for divorce.
I was thinking the same thing, so that works for me. Let's discuss it when you get back from your trip. I'll bring a lawyer along.
You don't need a lawyer, it's just a matter of signing the divorce papers. And don't expect any kind of property division from me.
I never expected anything from property division in the first place. I'm bringing a lawyer so that we can clarify everything later.
Oh, whatever. I don't care anymore. It's pathetic for a part-time housewife to be getting a divorce. How are you going to survive now?
I believe I can live a more decent life than you.
You're just dreaming. If you come crying to me later, don't say I didn't warn you. You'll end up regretting this. You're such a fool.
The situation is dire, and you have no idea how it feels to be forced out of your own home. The life I was living with you was draining. You don't realize how toxic it is to live with someone who treats their own family like this.
Toxic? You think you're the victim here? If anyone's toxic, it's you and your drama. You're the one who escalated this situation by refusing to compromise or see the big picture.
I tried to compromise. You just wouldn't listen to me. Every time I brought up my concerns about your mother's spending, you brushed them off like they didn't matter. I wanted us to live within our means, but you just ignored everything.
That's because you don't know how to have fun. You only think about saving money. Life isn't just about penny pinching every dollar. Sometimes you have to enjoy yourself, especially when you come into unexpected money. That's how you enjoy life.
Enjoying life doesn't mean throwing money around carelessly. It means knowing when to splurge and when to save. Your mother's behavior is reckless and it's affecting us.
You don't get it. My mother has been through so much. She finally got a taste of freedom with that inheritance, and now she can live a little. You should support her instead of criticizing everything she does.
Support her? How can I support someone who's making decisions that jeopardize our financial stability? This isn't just about her, it's about us too.
You really think I want to have this conversation? I'm just trying to enjoy what little freedom I have left without all your complaints weighing me down. I don't want to come back to a home filled with negativity and complaints.
Negativity? You call wanting a stable financial situation negativity? This is called being responsible. It's about planning for our future instead of living in the moment and risking everything.
Well, it's too late now. You chose to leave. You made this mess, and I'm not going to clean it up for you. Just because I'm not as responsible as you think I should be doesn't mean I don't know how to take care of myself.
Taking care of yourself is not the same as ignoring reality. Your carefree attitude is going to lead you to a dead end, and you'll find yourself alone because you pushed everyone away.
Maybe I'll be better off alone than dealing with someone who can't see past their own fears. You're just projecting your insecurities onto me, and I'm tired of it.
Insecurities? No, it's called facing the truth. The truth is that you're digging yourself a deeper hole, and I won't be around to witness it. I have my own life to worry about, and you're clearly not part of it anymore.
I'm not asking you to be a part of my life anymore. I'm moving on, and you can do whatever you want. Just remember that you pushed me to this point.
I'm glad you finally see it that way. You're right, you're free to make your own choices. But don't be surprised when those choices come back to bite you. Life has a funny way of teaching lessons when you least expect them.
I'll take my chances. At least I'll be able to live without the constant fear of your judgment. I won't look back.
Fine, good luck to you. Just remember, I won't be there to help you when you fall.
That's exactly how I want it. Goodbye, Amy. Amy, about the divorce, can we talk it over one more time?
Huh? Why?
I've been thinking about it, and I really don't think it's right for us to part ways like this.
I don't understand. We finalized the divorce this afternoon, didn't we? You were the one who signed the papers with a smile. You were happy to be free from having to see my face again.
Well, it was, I guess I was feeling a bit overconfident at that moment. By the way, I heard from a mutual acquaintance that you're living in a high-rise building now?
Yes, I am.
Why? How is it that a part-time housewife like you can afford to live in a high-rise?
I bought it with my savings from my single days.
What? You had savings? Why didn't you mention this during the divorce? You should have shared that wealth.
The savings I had from my single days are not joint property. It's all my money.
So you had enough money to buy a high-rise, yet you were living off me. Isn't that a bit shady?
The money I saved during my single days is for emergencies. I don't owe you any explanation for how I spend it.
Amy, the truth is we're still living in a monthly rental apartment. We haven't found a proper place yet.
So what? That has nothing to do with me.
Please, let's start over. I want to make amends for everything I've done to you. My mom feels really remorseful too. Can't we all live together again?
Sorry, but even if you're aiming for a high-rise, the place I bought is for a single person. It's not big enough for you all to live in.
That's fine. Mom says she doesn't mind staying in the hallway. We won't be a bother to you.
Just the fact that you're all in the same space is a nuisance. Having you in the hallway would just be annoying.
Please, don't say that. We're really in a tough spot right now.
Tough spot?
Actually, about the inheritance from Mom's brother, it wasn't just the $20,000. There were debts as well. $50,000 worth of debt. Since we spent all the inheritance, they're saying we have to pay it back. We've suddenly become debt-ridden.
I told you so. Don't waste money like that. You all just recklessly used up the inheritance without doing any research. It's honestly stupid.
Please, help us. You're the only person we can rely on right now.
Why me?
Because technically we're still family, right?
Listen, I already submitted the divorce papers. What are you even saying?
Huh? You just signed them today. Did you submit them right away?
Yes, I did.
Normally you'd wait at least a day. How can you just submit them without a second thought?
You were the one who told me to submit them right away, remember?
That doesn't mean you can just go ahead and submit them like that. There's no divorce. Take it back right now.
It's too late. It's already been accepted. Now that it's inconvenient for you, you come to me for help? I'm really glad to be away from you all. I wish I had stopped putting up with it sooner.
Amy, let's get married.
What is wrong with your brain? Remarriage is out of the question.
I'm really sorry for everything that happened. I'm sorry for not protecting you from my mother's harassment. I'm sorry for all the wasteful spending. It was all my fault, so please let's start over.
I have already given you everything I could. Since we got married, I did my best to avoid a divorce, and I put up with your mother's bullying, hoping she would eventually like me. But over the years of our marriage, nothing changed, did it? I can't believe things would suddenly get better now.
This time I will truly change. I will listen to everything you say, so please don't abandon us.
Then I have one last request. Never contact me again. That's the only thing you can do for me.
No, I want to make you happy properly. This time as your husband, I will protect you.
Please save the nonsense for your dreams. Remarrying you would only bring me unhappiness. In the end, it would be you who would regret it and come crawling back. Didn't you realize who the real fool is?
Please, give me a moment to make my case here. I know I messed up, but I want to work things out. We have shared a life together, and I believe that deserves another chance.
You really think you deserve another chance after everything you've done? How can you even say that with a straight face?
It's hard for me to admit, but I realize now how much I've taken for granted. My mother has been difficult, and I've let her influence my decisions. I've been selfish and thoughtless, and I'm sorry for all of that.
You think saying sorry will magically fix everything? It's not that simple, Zach.
I know it's not simple, but please hear me out. I want to show you that I can change. I want to be the partner you deserve, not the one I was.
Your actions speak louder than your words, Zach. You've proven time and time again that you can't be trusted. How do I know this time will be different?
Because I am willing to put in the effort. I'll do whatever it takes to rebuild what we had. I don't want to lose you.
You already lost me the moment you decided to choose your mother over me. You made your choice, and now you have to live with the consequences.
You say that, but my mom really has changed. She understands now that she was wrong to treat you the way she did. I can see it in her eyes. She regrets everything.
You expect me to believe that? After all the pain she caused me?
I understand it's hard to forgive, but what if I told you I would take a stand for you this time? I will not let her bully you again, I promise.
You keep promising, but I've seen this movie before. The all change and all protect you routine has lost its charm. How many times have I heard it?
This time will be different. I promise to stand by you, to listen to you, and to support you. I won't let anyone come between us again.
I want to believe you, but it's hard. You need to understand that rebuilding trust takes time. It's not something you can rush.
I get that, and I'm willing to take that time. I will do whatever it takes to show you that I mean it. Just give me a chance to
sides, trying to guilt trip me into reconsidering my decisions. It was as if they had transformed into these relentless demons, constantly trying to intrude into my life once again. Once I completed all the necessary paperwork for my health insurance and other formalities, I made a firm decision to block all their contact information. This step was crucial for my peace of mind, and I knew it was the right thing to do. I simply want nothing to do with them anymore. Their attempts to re-establish contact were exhausting and emotionally draining. From what I've gathered, my ex-husband and mother-in-law are currently struggling significantly. They've been forced to save every penny they can each month just to pay off their debts. I can only imagine how hard it must be for them, especially considering how they used to live without a care in the world. The extravagant lifestyle they enjoyed seems to have come crashing down, and I can't help but feel a sense of satisfaction knowing that they're facing the consequences of their past actions. Furthermore, I've heard that my ex-husband has been suggesting that his mother find a job to contribute to their household expenses. However, my mother-in-law is vehemently opposed to the idea, causing even more friction between them. It seems that every day is filled with arguments over financial matters, which has created a toxic environment. They're stuck in this relentless cycle of conflict, and honestly, I think they deserve every bit of it. If they want to spend the rest of their lives arguing and struggling together, so be it. I hope they fully experience the anguish of worrying about money on a daily basis. It's a lesson they need to learn, considering the way they treated me during our time together and the choices they made while I was still a part of their lives. I often think about the years I spent dealing with their negativity, and I believe it's time for them to confront the harsh reality of their financial mismanagement. On the other hand, I have moved on. After purchasing my new apartment in the high-rise, I quickly found a job and am currently working as a full-time employee. Although I'm still adjusting to my new workplace and navigating the challenges of a busy schedule, I feel a sense of relief and contentment that I haven't felt in a long time. The change of environment has been incredibly refreshing, and I can focus on my work without the toxic influence of my past. I genuinely believe I'm living fulfilling days now, and I'm grateful for the peace I've found. There are no more frivolous spenders around me, no one trying to harass me or bring me down. The office environment is professional and focused, allowing me to concentrate on my responsibilities without the distractions of drama or conflict. I find that I can thrive in this setting as I am surrounded by motivated individuals who share my work ethic. I truly feel like I'm in a better place, both professionally and personally. As I reflect on my life now, I've come to understand that while happiness cannot be bought with money, there are indeed many things that money can help facilitate. Having financial stability allows me to make choices that enhance my quality of life, whether it's enjoying a nice meal, taking a small trip, or simply being able to indulge in a hobby. Having a secure financial base gives me the freedom to live life on my own terms. I can invest in experiences that bring me joy rather than worrying about making ends meet. Looking ahead, I am determined to continue working hard and saving money. I want to create a life that feels rich and rewarding, not just in material wealth, but in experiences and personal growth. I plan to invest in my future, whether it's by saving for additional comforts, pursuing further education, or simply ensuring that I have the resources to take care of myself in any situation. It's about striking a balance between enjoying the present and preparing for what lies ahead. As I navigate this new chapter of my life, I also want to find my own version of happiness again. It's a journey that will take time, and I know there will be ups and downs along the way, but I feel optimistic about the future. I look forward to discovering what brings me joy, whether that's exploring new interests, building new friendships, or perhaps even pursuing passions I had never had the chance to experience before. I've realized that I can no longer allow the toxicity of my past to dictate my future. The experiences with my ex-husband and mother-in-law were challenging, but they've also taught me invaluable lessons about self-worth, independence, and resilience. I've learned to stand up for myself and to prioritize my own needs and happiness. It's liberating to finally feel free from the emotional baggage that weighed me down for so long. I understand that I deserve a life filled with positivity and love, free from the weight of other people's expectations and negativity. As I continue on this path, I will be sure to surround myself with supportive and encouraging individuals who uplift me and inspire me to grow. The past may have shaped me, but it does not define me. I'm looking forward to what's next, and I am ready to embrace whatever comes my way. With determination and an open heart, I will find my way to a life that reflects who I am and who I aspire to be. In closing, I'm committed to building a future where I can thrive and be happy. I believe that every step I take, no matter how small, is a step towards creating the life I want. I will continue to save, work hard, and invest in my own happiness. The journey is just beginning, and I am excited to see where it leads. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hey, Oswin. Okay, well, where are you doing this work then? Are you going to tell me that at least?
Well, at the company, of course. Where else would I be doing my work, Lana?
Okay, well, if that's the case, how about I come around to your office so that we can grab a beer, huh? Because I'm at our house right now, Owen.
Wait, what? You're at the house? Are you kidding me?
Don't you dare make me wait out here because I'm pregnant and can hardly stand up for too long. I've been out here since we started talking and my parents are here too.
Wait a minute. You're telling me that your parents are with you outside the house waiting for me? What are you doing back home? Is it because I sent Ella away?
They gave me a lift back here in their car. Also, since I'm here, why don't you introduce me to the little friend that you were with right now, Owen?
Introduce you? To who? I don't know what you're talking about right now, Lana.
Don't play dumb with me. I bet you've lost in the color in your face, Owen. You're guilty as sin. I heard what's going on from Ella. You're with another woman, aren't you? Ella came back to the house even though she had been kicked out. Apparently, she also forgot something. That's when she saw a woman walk through the front door.
Oh, okay. I know who she might be talking about. It's just someone advertising something, so I let them inside here to see what they had to say.
Don't talk crap, Owen. I know exactly what's going on. We all know you're having an affair. I'm going to move in with my parents. I hope you're both dressed so that I can get my things.
Please don't leave, Lana. I'm begging you. I'm sorry, it was a huge mistake. I didn't mean for this to happen.
I don't believe that for a second. We're leaving, and you're not coming anywhere near me. Ella or the baby I'm going to give birth to. I'm done with you.
Don't be ridiculous, Lana. You can't raise the kids without their father in their lives. Please, give me another chance. I can do way better. I can cook, clean, and look after you while you take care of the baby.
What I want right now, Owen, is a divorce from you. I don't want my daughter or baby in my stomach hanging out near someone who lies and cheats. You're no longer to come near me or my children. And with that, I'm going to block you from ever reaching out and talking to me ever again. You'll be hearing from my lawyers in the upcoming weeks. You're going to pay for ruining this family. Pay Lana a high amount of alimony because of the children and what he did to his family. On top of that, he's expected to pay child support too. Lana looks forward to him being financially responsible for about the next 20 years. Lana was worried about giving birth as she was under a lot of stress. However, she gave birth to a healthy baby boy. She is currently at her parents' house raising her children. With the help of the alimony payment from her ex-husband and the other woman, she can live comfortably. She plans to create a more fun and loving atmosphere for her children than when she was with her ex-husband. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Good morning, Melody. I've a favor I need to ask you.
Good morning, Mom. A favor? Okay, if it's something I'm capable of, then I'll be glad to help you out.
Oh, I'm sure it's not going to be too much trouble at all for you. I need you to weed my garden for me today. It absolutely must be done by tomorrow. An old friend of mine is coming by, and I just can't allow her to see the state my garden is in. It would be humiliating.
You want me to weed your garden?
No, that's not right. Pay attention, Melody. I need you to weed my garden today. Not tomorrow, not this weekend. Today.
Your garden is about as big as our entire yard, though.
Yes, and? It's time for you to put that youthful energy of yours to use. It shouldn't take you more than a few hours or so to get it all done.
Yeah, I guess if you have you there to help me, it might be done that quickly.
What? You can't be serious, Melody. Are you actually expecting someone my age to go out and weed my garden?
Wait, you're telling me I'm gonna have to do it by myself? Wow. Mom, I don't think a weeding job of that scale is going to get done in just a few hours, especially not if I'm working by myself.
Nonsense, you're perfectly capable. Have faith in yourself. In any case, you'll need to get started soon. Get ready and come over to my house immediately.
Okay, well, I suppose I can come by and help. But I should tell you now that I won't be able to stay there for very long. I have something going on in the evening.
And just what sort of something is it? Is this something more important than a request from your own mother-in-law?
One of my coworkers is moving out of state soon, so the company is throwing them a going-away party. There's going to be a nice catered dinner at the office, and I already responded and said that I'd be coming.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. People move all the time. What's so important about this person that they're getting a party to mark the occasion?
Well, they'd been with the company for quite some time, and they were a huge help to me when I first got started there, so I would feel terrible if I didn't go. Plus, I bought a present that I was planning to give them at the party.
Then you can send it by mail. It's a going-away party, Melody, not a funeral. It isn't as though you'll never see them again.
Well, yes, I'm aware of that, but that isn't the point. The point is that they're moving out of state, so it'll probably be a long time before we get the chance to see each other.
Then go ahead and go if you feel so strongly.
Thanks for being so understanding, Mom.
However, you will still have to weed my entire garden by tomorrow morning. I don't want to see one single blade of grass in there. If that means coming back after your silly little party to finish the job, so be it.
But Mom, the party's not going to get out until after dark.
What are you saying, Melody? Do you want me to humiliate myself in front of my friend by having an unkempt garden? Is that what this is?
That's not it at all.
Then quit your complaining and do what I tell you. If it's too dark to work, you can use a flashlight.
I've got a better idea. What if you help me? If we both work together, it should be done by mid-afternoon. That way, you'll have a neat and tidy garden. I'll be able to go to the party, and we'll both be happy.
For the last time, Melody, pay attention. I cannot help you weed my garden. I am far too old for that kind of manual labor. I'd rather not spend the rest of my days in a wheelchair, thank you very much. That's why I'm telling you to do it. Aren't you forgetting something, Melody? I was always hesitant to allow you to marry my son. You still owe me a debt of gratitude for that, and a simple garden weeding is the least thing you could do to repay me.
Mom, you know I'm grateful for giving us your blessing to get married, but it's just that you're asking me to do this on awfully short notice.
I don't want to hear any more excuses from you. I will ask you one more time. Will you do as I, your mother-in-law, say? This is a yes or no question, Melody. Now answer me.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do what I can in the afternoon, and if there's anything left to do, I'll come back over after the party.
Why couldn't you just say that in the first place? My word, you are one obnoxious little girl, you know that? If you want to improve my opinion of you, you desperately need to improve that attitude of yours. When I say jump, you ask how high. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Mom. Perfectly clear.
What on earth was that son of mine thinking when he married you? There's nothing appealing about you at all. You're as ugly as a horse and as charming as a hornet. You have the personality of an alligator and the work ethic of a sloth. I never should have given my blessing to your marriage. I thought you might improve with time, but you're just as much of a brat as you ever were. Now hurry up and get to work on the garden. You don't want immediately.
Immediately? What's going on, Mom? Is it an emergency?
Yes, it's urgent.
Do I need to call you an ambulance?
What? No, silly little girl. There are 2 light bulbs in my house that have gone out, one in the bedroom and one in the hallway. You need to replace them.
Mom, I thought Marcus talked to you about this the other day. As much as I like to give you a hand around the house, we need you to hold off on all these sudden requests for a while.
I don't believe this. So what if you're pregnant? You're only 3 months along. That is no reason for you to shirk off on your duties to me.
I've been feeling sick to my stomach ever since I woke up this morning.
Oh, you poor, poor thing. Stick your finger down your throat or something. Just get it over with. Then you shouldn't have any problem driving to my house at all. I'm going out to dinner with a friend tonight, and you need to get those light bulbs changed out before I return. We gave you a spare key to our house, right? Use that to let yourself in, and be sure to lock up when you leave.
You want me to do it within the next few hours?
No, I command you to do it immediately. The sun will be setting by the time I get home, and I don't want to run the risk of tripping on something in the dark.
I guess that is a reasonable concern, but still. Oh, tell you what, I'll have Marcus do it on his way home from work. Your house isn't too far out of his way, and he should be heading home sometime soon.
How shameless can you be? He does enough work already to support you, and now you want to throw this on him too? Pregnancy isn't a disease. Stop using it as an excuse to shove all of your duties onto my son.
It may not be a disease, but having given birth yourself, you have to know that it does place limits on a woman's body.
Don't try to tell me about pregnancy. Let me tell you a thing or two. Pregnant women should be active. It is neither healthy for the mother nor her child to become a couch potato. Good grief, you would have never made it back in my day. When I was your age, wives were expected to handle all of the cooking and cleaning, whether they were pregnant or not. After all, that's a wife's role in the family. Kids these days, I swear.
Okay, Mom. I'll get in the car and head over once my stomach has settled down.
There you go again. I make a simple request of you, and you start whining, complaining, and making excuse after excuse for why you can't do it, only to agree to do it in the end. I told you before, Melody, when I say jump, you ask how high. When I say come, you say right away, Mother. I have never been disappointed in my son, but the fact that he chose you for a wife brings me pretty darn close. You do nothing but complain about each and every little thing. You spend more time trying to avoid work than you do actually working. And don't think I've forgotten about what you did last month. I told you to weed my garden alone, but what did you do? You had Marcus do it for you anyway.
He didn't do it for me. He just came along to help. I knew that there was no way I'd get it done in a single afternoon by myself.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. You are nothing but a parasite to my son, and you're nothing but a pain in the neck to me. I'm sure you know, but Marcus actually got upset at me about asking you to weed my garden. You must be telling him all sorts of nasty lies about me whenever I'm not in the room, aren't you?
No, I'm not, Mom.
Don't lie to me. I saw you for exactly what you are the day I first met you. You put on this elaborate act of being all innocent and harmless, but you're actually like a venomous snake waiting to strike.
I didn't put on any sort of act for Marcus.
How else would you get him to marry you? There is absolutely nothing appealing about you whatsoever, neither your looks nor your personality. A man of my son's stature would never even give you the time of day.
I'm sorry that you're unable to see my good qualities, but Marcus doesn't have that issue.
Issue? Now you're telling me I have issues? I'll bet you think I'm just some dementia-ridden old maid, don't you?
That's not what I meant, Mom.
Yes, it is. Don't lie to me. In any case, you are to come to my house by yourself immediately and change those light bulbs. Don't you dare push this off onto my son. I'll leave a ladder and a box of spare bulbs near the front door. Do be careful not to slip and fall on it. I don't want you damaging my floor.
Understood, Mom.
Oh, and one more thing. Sweep the floors before you leave. They've gotten quite filthy. I just saw your text from earlier. What's this about my son being taken to the hospital? What on earth happened? Is he all right?
You would like to know, wouldn't you? Seeing as though it's all your fault.
What? My fault? What are you talking about?
Thanks a bunch for going to the trouble of getting that ladder ready for me, although I could have done without you greasing the top few rungs. That was rather unnecessary. And yes, I know you did it because you left the can of motor grease on the floor near the front door.
That is neither here nor there right now. Why did my son get on that ladder? Why was he the one who fell?
He wasn't. I was the one who fell. Marcus was just in the right place at the right time to catch me after I slipped. It did catch him off guard, though, which is why after he caught me, we both fell to the ground together. Since I landed on top of him, he was the only one who got hurt. He has a fractured wrist that will need surgery, so he's going to be in the hospital for about a week.
You're not answering my question, you stupid girl. Why was Marcus even there? I was very clear about my instructions, Melody. I told you to come to my house alone. I should have known you would do a thing like this. Even after everything I said, you still ended up roping my son into helping you.
That's not how it happened, actually. I didn't ask him to help me. It was purely coincidental, actually. Right when I was getting in the car to go to your house, Marcus pulled in the driveway. I told him what was going on and he volunteered to go with me.
That doesn't change the fact that you disobeyed me. And because of your disobedience, my dear son is now laid up in the hospital. How could you do such a thing to him? I will never forgive you for this.
That might have been a bit more weight if I had actually done anything wrong here. But I didn't do anything wrong. This is your fault. You greased the top rungs of the stepladder that you set out for me to use. The only rational interpretation of that is that you were deliberately trying to injure me.
You're free to interpret it however you like. It makes no difference to me. It's my ladder, isn't it? I'm free to do what I please with my own possessions. If you weren't so uncoordinated, then you might not have fallen. And if my saint of a son hadn't needed to save you from your own klutziness, he wouldn't be in the hospital right now.
Me slipping off the top of that ladder had nothing to do with my coordination. Even a world-class ballerina would have slipped off that ladder. This is your fault, and I'm not going to let you dodge responsibility for this.
Unbelievable. You actually think I'm to blame here?
Oh yeah, of course I do. No logical person would blame anyone but you. It's not like this is the first time I've been at the receiving end of your maliciousness. You've used me and abused me every single step of the way. I've put up with it until now because I was holding out hope for a normal relationship with you. But you have officially gone too far. You knew I was pregnant when you came up with this sinister plot, so I wasn't the only one in danger. What were you planning on doing if something happened to my baby after I fell? Did you think that far? You're lucky that the only injury was Marcus fracturing his wrist.
Oh, would you just shut up already? God, why couldn't you have just fallen all by yourself? I was so looking forward to seeing you writhing in pain on the floor when I returned. And as for that thing inside of you, oh, it's none of my concern what happens to it. Anything that carries your DNA is nothing but an aberration, as far as I'm concerned. I don't even consider it human.
Wow. Congratulations, Mom. You just achieved a level of scumbaggery that I never thought possible.
I've heard more than enough out of you. Looks like I'll have to teach you a lesson myself. I'll show you what happens to rambunctious little upstarts who disobey me. You will regret this, Melody, mark my words. Myself clear? If you don't want another lesson like I gave you last night, then you know what you need to do. Divorce my son and remove yourself from his life immediately. I have no use for an insubordinate daughter-in-law who refuses to do what I say.
Oh, most certainly, Mom. You've made yourself very clear. It's clear to me now that you still have absolutely no idea how much trouble you're in.
Trouble? Huh! Trouble for what? All I did was show you your place. There's nothing wrong with that.
Are you at home right now?
Yes, and what of it? Don't tell me, are you going to come and try to get some payback? It will end precisely the same way yesterday ended for you, so save yourself the trouble and stay away.
Oh, I'm not the one who's going to be visiting you today. The police will be, though. Oh, if you're so sure of your innocence, you could always just head over to the police station and turn yourself in.
Excuse me? The police have nothing to do with this. This is a family matter. You can't honestly think the police are going to get involved with a minor family scuffle, can you?
That wasn't a minor little scuffle, Mom. You walked into the hospital room and started punching me in the face. Thanks to you, I've got a bruise on my chin that's probably not going to heal for a week. I've already filed a police report, and as soon as Marcus is released from the hospital, we're going to be discussing our legal options with a lawyer. But for the meantime, know that we will at the very least be pressing charges against you for assault.
Police report? Oh, pressing charges? What is the meaning of this?
If you don't know what police reports are or what pressing charges mean, look them up on the internet or something.
That's not what I meant. I am asking you where you get off treating me like I'm some sort of common criminal.
That would be because you are a common criminal. You intentionally greased that ladder with the intent to make me fall and injure myself. Then, when that didn't do the trick, you took matters into your own hands. You might have gotten away with the ladder thing if it weren't for that. You assaulted me in the middle of a hospital, Mom. We have dozens of witnesses, not to mention the security camera footage. There's no way out of this for you.
You're being ridiculous. That wasn't assault. I was disciplining you for your horrendous behavior.
Are you under the impression that you can get away with assault by calling it discipline? This isn't the 1960s anymore, Mom. I think you should get with the times.
I wouldn't have had to resort to such drastic measures if you weren't being such an impudent little brat to me. I'm not the only one who's at fault here.
Go ahead and tell that to the police then.
I'm not going to the police under any circumstances.
You've got two choices, Mom. Either you go to them, or they'll be coming to you before too much longer.
Have you forgotten something, Melody? I am your husband's mother, your mother-in-law. How do you think Marcus would feel about his dear mother getting arrested because of you?
Marcus was the one who told me to go to the police in the first place.
What?
Marcus has been telling you for quite some time now that you need to change the way you treat me. And to be fair, you most certainly did change, but not in a good way. You went from bad to worse.
I only did what was necessary. It's my responsibility as Marcus's mother to ensure that you're a proper wife for him. When my encouragement didn't work, you left me no choice but to become stricter on you.
Encouragement? You've been insulting my appearance and personality since before Marcus and I were married. Not to mention, constantly forcing all your housework onto me. How is that encouragement? That's nothing but verbal and emotional abuse.
You only say that because you have a weak constitution.
You can think that of me if you'd like, but the fact is that I've been putting up with you for long enough, and I'm not going to do it anymore. You're finally going to be held responsible for your actions.
But we're family, aren't we? Are you really going to do this to your own family member?
When have you ever treated me like family? I can't remember a single time.
All right, Melody, fine. You win. I surrender. You have me dead to rights. I'm sorry. There, that should settle things between us. Now that I've apologized, call up the police and tell them you're dropping the charges.
You're joking, right? You're not going to get away with this easily. This isn't something you can fix with an apology.
You need to calm down, Melody. Sit down for a moment and think about what you're doing. Getting angry isn't going to accomplish anything. Think of the impact all the stress you're causing yourself will have on your child.
You try to make me fall off of a stepladder. I think that had more potential to harm my child than me getting angry at you over it.
Look, I suppose I may have gone a little bit overboard with you. It's just that you were always so quick to do whatever I told you to.
I told you, I was hoping beyond hope that someday we might have a decent relationship. But boy, was I an idiot for that.
I'm so sorry, Melody.
I told you, apologizing isn't going to get me to drop the charges.
I'll never ask you to do a single thing for me again. In fact, I'll do whatever you ask me to do. Wouldn't you like some help around the house now that you're pregnant? Oh, please, I'm begging you. Can't you find it in your heart to forgive a foolish old woman like me? I promise you that I'll be a much better mother-in-law to you from now on.
I'll pass. I'd rather have a venomous snake for a mother-in-law than you. I never want to speak to you again.
Don't talk like that. You're such a sweet, kind-hearted girl, Melody. I'm sure that's what Marcus saw in you when he married you. I was simply too stubborn and hard-headed to realize that, and I apologize. So please, can't we come to some sort of an understanding?
I already understand you perfectly well. You're a cold, heartless, uncaring, bitter, cruel old woman. I can't wait to see you in handcuffs. Like I promised, right after Marcus was discharged from the hospital, we started talking with a lawyer about what to do about my mother-in-law. We soon came to realize that actually following through with the case until trial would be more of a headache than it would be worth. So we made a deal with her. She agreed to never contact either of us again and paid us a nominal amount of damages, and in exchange, we agreed not to press charges. I'm sure many people out there would tell me that I let her off too easily, and that I should have made sure she served actual jail time for what she did to me. But as much as I would love for that to happen, I can't just be thinking about myself. My baby's going to be born soon, and I can't be tied up in court hearings and whatnot up until the birth. She would only serve a minor sentence anyway, and I'd be worried about her trying to get revenge on me after she got out. But while she didn't end up getting arrested, all of her relatives and friends found out about what she did. So I'm sure that she's getting more than enough social consequences as it is. Not to mention her husband won't even look her in the eye anymore. She's become completely isolated from everyone who once meant something to her, and she is not taking it well. From what I understand, she barely even leaves the house anymore. We walked by their house the other day, and the garden that she once took pride in was completely overgrown with weeds. As for me, with my mother-in-law out of the picture, I was able to finish the rest of my pregnancy in peace and quiet. Then, just the other day, I gave birth to a healthy baby boy. I'm going to do my best to raise him to be a strong, upstanding man, just like his father. One day, I know he'll bring a lovely lady to the house to introduce to us. And when he does, I'll be sure to give her all the respect that my mother-in-law should have given me.